It looks like Rey is wanting to live up to her status as galactic legend Rey. This is getting a little nutty. Hiya. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe, to another Galaxy of Heroes video with me, your bald boy scribe. How the devil are we all doing? We now have Conquest up and running once again, everybody's favorite game mode, and those of us that play at this sort of Kyber 1 region of GAC know that it is a mad dash to Sector 4, particularly when we have brand new datacrons and focused datacrons for us to explore and figure out. So, new focus datacrons that are in place. We've got Colonel Ward, we've got Rotter, and we've got Snowtrooper Commander that nobody enjoys. Then we've got the Supreme Directive, and I was lucky enough to roll up myself a GL Rayron. Now this one's kind of nutty. Heir to the Jedi, that's her ultimate, deals 75% more damage for each other active ally. Doesn't even have to be light side. It will be though, because you're going to be wanting to use Ben. And I thought this could be a fun team to test. 75% more damage in a 5v5 environment. That is a lot of additional damage. What is that? That's 300% more damage on her ultimate in a 5v5 situation. Because it says other ally, that means 4 allies at best. 2 allies is, what, 150%? Times that by 2, 300% damage. 3 times damage, essentially, on your ultimate. And that ultimate claps cheeks. Especially doth it clap cheeketh when you have a Relic 10 Rey that is geared towards offense. So, for posterity's sake, we've got 515 speed, and we're rocking 12,750 in our offensuals. Now, if you really want to get the most out of this datacron, you will have to make certain sacrifices when it comes to team comps. It's not necessary because 300% more damage is still a lot of extra damage. But there's some fun comps that you can use to really maximize that damage even further. Here's a couple of tests that I did. First up, we were up against a Lord Vader comp. This guy is rocking R10 on his Lord Vader, and I believe R9 on every single one of his clones. You can see Scorch over there is R9. We are using a comp of Rey, obviously Ben, we're using Cal Kestis, and we're using Hermit Yoda and Commander Ahsoka Tano. She is providing 50% additional offense to Rey, which is nice. Hermit Yoda is there because we want to be giving Master's Training to Rey, which is going to give her an additional 25% offense. Her ultimate is true damage based on her offense. So the more offense that we can ramp, the happier we are going to be as happy little campers. All right, so what we need to do here is essentially wait for us to get to that wonderful ult situation, and we will see just how much damage we can deal. So, Rey drops down into ult, we just keep everybody alive. Provided you haven't lost any units, that's generally going to be a lot of damage. Rey's ultimate, now, if we are to be real, it splits damage versus all of the alive characters. So, if there are a summoned unit, like we have Apo's summoned Nightfall Trooper over here, it is going to split that damage just a little bit further. So, it's going to be shared between 6 people instead of 5. If you kill more units, the individual damage that people take is going to be more. However, good night is what Rey decided to say. A nice trusty AoE damage here for what, between 585,000 or 410,000 to Lord Vader, because he takes 30% less damage from all incoming sources as a galactic legend. We did 585,000 to everybody else, apart from, for some reason, Apo. Apo took 616,000. Not sure where the extra damage is coming from there, but everybody gets yeet yeet, skeet deleted. Good night, Irene. See you next Tuesday. Then it's just Lord Vader on his own versus a comp full of Rey badassery, basically. There's not a heck of a lot he can do. He is Relic 10 himself, and he's using the Lumicron. It is no slouch. You know, we are still facing off against a strong composition here. And we basically have to wait back round now for another ult in order to take care of Lord Vader, because we simply don't have the damage output from our normal abilities to do much to him. Now, if we had someone like Rey, maybe we could, you know, I mean JTR right now. Maybe we could put the heal immunity, maybe that would help. But eventually we would chew through him, but instead we just get round to another ult and do a casual 2.3 million damage. Like I said, we just absorbed all of that damage into one hit, focused it on Lord Vader, and said goodnight, buddy. It could have been that Apo had lower relic levels, not sure. Anyway, that was a fun team. I'm just going to take the flashest of flashes, the briefest of moments of your time, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe. I appreciate every single one of you that's watching this video right now, but if you could do me a real big favor, please could you just take a moment to hit like on the video down below, and if at all possible, could you please consider subscribing so that I can help push these videos out to as broad an audience as possible. I need your help in doing it. Cheers. We did the same thing versus this rather wonderful looking GL Leia team. R10 on the GL Leia standard comp using Adrad and Jin, and bop! Once again the whole team gets yeet yeet skeet deleted. We weren't even using Hermit Yoda in this comp. We have JTR or we have Cal. You know, we could have swapped one of them out for Hermit Yoda to get some additional damage in there on Rey. Now JTR refused to die because Adrad was alive at the start of the turn, so we couldn't defeat her, and I think R2-D2 was in damage immunity, which saved his skin, but we do eventually once again loop back round and defeat the entire team, really just waiting for an additional ultimate, basically. It is a game of ults. Now you could try and use things like the Bag Bro Finn setup to pass turns back to Rey to try and cycle through her ult at a faster pace. I did mess around with using characters like Rey and like Zori as well, because Zori will give her a bonus turn at the start. They get the revive back on Adrad over here, but it is rather short-lived because, you know, we do have a GL Rey over here and she's about to go blap once again. Jin surviving once again thanks to Adrad being alive is a little bit frustrating, I'm not gonna lie, but eventually we do chew through. We do manage to get eventually back round into another ult that gets rid of the ads, leaving just Leia, and then it's one more ult and Leia goes the way of the dodo as well. Oh, we didn't even alter there, it was just Ben's basic. Still, fun times. I decided to do some weird jiggery pokery now by throwing in Omega. I figured, hey, how about we throw in Omega to reduce cooldowns? I don't know why I took in Zori per se here versus this Glatt team. I probably should have had Bag Bro Finn for this one so that we could constantly pass turns back to Rey. The idea for this was, let's try and speed up the pace at which we can, you know, use our specials to try and get round to more ults and all that sort of thing, because the faster Rey gets into an ult, the better off you're going to be. I go ahead here and I reset the cooldowns on Ben, so we've got another armor shred available, and we just get a nice little bit of healing over here. Now you can stun units with resistance units because I've got that level 6. Don't know if it's the best level 6 really, but figured I might as well have some fun with it. We throw out the whirlwind, and ideally we're just waiting for that fabled ult. You'll notice this time we are not using Commander Ahsoka Tano because I wanted to see, hold up, can we get something done if we just don't use Commander Ahsoka Tano? Because she's kind of needed for JMK, let's be real, and 50% offense is a big drop. So I was a little bit concerned that the amount of damage that we were going to deal this time is not going to be so huge. Once again though, people are over here rocking lots of Relic 9s, R10 on the Clat, and boom, everybody dies. Still doing 500 odd thousand damage AoE to pretty much everybody there. Glatt obviously surviving until we get round to another ult. And here we go, alley-oop. A casual 2 million damage to Glatt. That's 30% less damage she's taking as well. Oh, she's only Relic 9, bless her. And that's going to about do it, ladies and gentlemen, for a brief little showcase of the Rayron. It is rather nutty and wild. Lots of damage being done there. Kind of want to mess around with the turns a little bit. See if we can get something with Bag Bro Finn, because I feel like if we can swap turns back and forth between our characters quickly enough, then we might be able to do something really, really fun and just get lots and lots of ults off, because all it is about trying to get to that first ult. So we want to try and take as many turns as we possibly can. Alright, cool. Let me know your thoughts about this Rayron in the comment section down below, and I will see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and may the